Hello everyone, this is Kreider here. We're going to go over and do the Eldrazi Selesnya deck that I had went over a couple days ago. I'm going to go ahead and go over it one more time because I have made a few changes, make it a little bit more consistent. So let's go on, take a look at this real quick, then we'll get into games. First off, you have the 3 Ajati offshoots. The life gain is very significant with this deck. You really can't beat the life gain this gives you over the course of the game, plus you can block 2 power creatures at the very least. Sometimes you might actually be able to take some removal as well from some of your other creatures. Unless it's burn, it's a rarity. Next up, you have the Gatecreeper Vine, which gets you a colored land that you need. Originally, that was a Natural Connection, the sister to Niece's Pilgrimage, but I found I needed actually a blocker instead of a ramp spell per se right there. Really didn't want to use this, but it is necessary just because a lot of people are going aggro right now, as I'm sure the iOS and Xbox One users are noticing. There's still a lot of red deck wins out there. I mean, looking at my notes, I'm probably at a third red deck wins or some sort of aggro, so definitely relevant. I only could find room for 3 of them to keep the big creatures high, and we'll get to those in a second. You could actually call Nisa the 4th Gatekeeper Vine. I mean, it costs 1 more. It does get you just a forest, but late game, she's actually a good draw, whereas Gatecreeper Vine really isn't. Niece's Pilgrimage. You may or may not get Spellmaster when you get it. It's probably not going to matter to you when you do, except to thin the deck out a little bit further. But it's basically to get you as much stuff out of the deck as possible and to ramp you a little bit. From Beyond, I said in the past, this is a fantastic card. It's basically a tutor for my Eldrazi. But if I need to, I can just keep it out there and have it pump out 1/1 tokens to block with or attack. Next up, we have everybody's favorite card, the Voli Acid Moss. Destroy a land and it ramps you, plus you can go get your battle lands. So, fantastic value. It does cost a little bit much. Some people say it's a control card. Maybe it is. I consider it ramping this deck and to slow your opponent down. Always a good thing. Like I said in the past, though, the Acid Moss's value drops significantly after turn 6. Except to keep Ulamog off the field. So it is a dead draw the further in the game you get. Next up we have Gideon, ally of Zendikar. One of the beat sticks of the deck, probably the first one you can put out to start pumping out tokens, or you can start swinging with them. I personally, depending on board state, if I've got a couple of the balls out here, the plants, I'll just go ahead and pump them up to a 5+ soldier to keep them from getting killed by something. And then just keep swinging with him for 5, and you leave the walls back for defense. It works great. At least for me. Final Outburst wipes the field. You got enough you can get an awakened land out of it. Not much else to say about that. It's a fantastic 5-mana spell. Tragic Arrogance. My other sweeper in here, if they're trying to go wide on me, my hope is I get Tragic Arrogance, wipe the board, and then life is good for me. May or may not end up happening that way, but that's the thought process behind this card. It's not quite as good as a sweeper, but it can hit enchantments, it can hit artifacts, and it can hit multiple. If they have multiple planeswalkers, you can keep the one that's going to be less painful to you, or the one you can kill the quickest. But if they got that much control, they got a couple planeswalkers out, you're probably hurting pretty bad. This might just buy you some time, but it might be enough. I'm running 3 Angelic Edicts. This is my catch-all. Gets rid of annoying enchantments such as Sphinx's Tutelage or the Evolutionary Leap. Plus it gets rid of pretty much any creature you can target. So Ulamog, no big deal. You're going to lose 2 things, and then if you happen to have it in hand, boom, winning position. The Green Warden Marassa, still bugged. I just tried it because, I wanted to see if maybe, just maybe, they threw a patch out at us that nobody caught, and it so far is still bugged. But brings back whatever's in the graveyard you want. Awesome value. Worn Reef Hydra, my first really big fatty, comes out turn 5 if I'm lucky, 6 otherwise, and you can just start pumping out stuff. Pumping out counters on him based off of what you draw and put out to play. If they can't deal with him quickly, he will deal with your opponent. enough said about that. Oblivion Sour, as I said in the past, fantastic card. Almost in a love affair with this guy. He's just so good and goes in every deck because he's 6 colors. If you're not running him and you're planning to get to turn 6 or 7 or 8, you probably did something wrong. Nesis Renewal gives you life, gives you 3 land. Really good for getting you up to the land you need to cast your bigger spells. If you're doing things correctly and you're getting the land that you, or the mana acceleration you need, you can actually drop this in turn 5 and start your 6th turn with 10 mana, which means you can cast Olimar, which is pretty much a good game. Not many people can overcome that. Got 2 Gaia's Revenge. I was on the fence about this, putting in the plated. Oh, now I'm forgetting what it's called. Plated Crusher. There you go. I was going to put in the Plated Crusher, 7/6 Trample Hexproof. I still may, simply because it tramples, makes it very, very good. But the haste on this is very relevant many times. Just can't go wrong with haste. Plus, it can't be countered. So any counter decks I run into, I have a means of getting around their counter spells. Finally, we got the Eldrazi, the deck. The other two, we have the Eldrazi Devastators, 8/9 Tramplers, which is pretty much why I put them in here. They only cost 8, so they're a little cheaper than Ulamog. And they trample, and they have a big butt. I mean, I think they're pretty good. We're going to find out. If you know who Beeswax is off of MGA Forbes, he's running 4 of these in his mono green deck, and that's pretty insane. If you can start dropping them turn after turn, you're done. Unless you can swipe the board. And finally, Ulamog. There's not much to say about this guy. He hits the board, he's going to kill you by damage, or he's going to deck you. And in my experience, you get decked more often than not. Just a insane creature, probably the highest power level creature in the game right now. Even 10 mana is probably a little cheap for him, believe it or not. Finally, we get to the mana base. We got 5 plains, 9 forest, 2 canopy vistas, 2 sunpetal groves. I have 2 Foundry of the Councils, 1 Rogue's Passage, and 4 Evolving Wilds. The councils are basically there to hopefully push damage further later in the game. So far it's worked out pretty well for me. It hasn't been the best in the world, but it's worked out really good with Gideon. Once I get him pumped up a little bit, I start dropping his emblem down, and suddenly they are a lot bigger later on. I also use it in case I only have 1 creature out, like maybe a Revenge, and they're playing black. I can, in response to them casting a Fleshbag Marauder, drop a pair of 1/1 color Thopter tokens out there, and sack one of them instead of my 8/5. The Rogue's Passage is basically there so I can get Ulamog or Devastator through. You know what? I'm looking at this now and I really don't need that card. So let's get rid of it. Anybody who's worth anything already has Trample. This is called changing your deck on the fly, folks. So let's go ahead and just throw another Foundry in there because you don't think you can go wrong with it. Yeah, because the only guy that could actually use it is the Gaia's Revenge, and I can't target it with it. Super. So there you go. As is the norm for me, I'm running 25 lands in this deck because I have such high casting cost. I also try to ramp a little bit with the Acid Moss, the Pilgrimage. I am only running 3 Pilgrimage. I really would like to find room for another one, but I'd like to keep the 2 Devastators in here. So, I mean, the Acid Moss is something else I want to keep 4 of because it's just so good at slowing your opponent down. And it, I mean, it should not be in the game, to be honest with you. It's just too strong for the person going first. If they can whack your 3rd land and come around and hit your 4th, which would actually be your 3rd again, I mean, you can't come back from that really, because at that point they're at 6-7 mana to drop in stuff like Green Warden, Ordinary Hydra, the Oblivion Sower. You're sitting at 3 mana. There's not many good removal spells at that mana cost. And when you're thinking about really good removal spells for a big creature like that, I mean, you're looking at Bone Splinters. That's about it at that cost. And then other than Bone Splinters, you've also got Reprisal. Yep. And then you might be able to throw a few small enchantments. That's about it. I mean, it's pretty overpowered, at least in my opinion. I don't know what you guys think about this, but I absolutely hate it. You know, especially once you've actually got all the cards. I don't know why this comes up. I hope they get rid of it. That's what it really made me think, hey, maybe I got an update and they fixed Marassa. They did not. And from what I understand, you guys in the Xbox and iOS world got the same problems we did. But at least you're on, especially iOS. You guys have really gotten the shaft these last couple months. I'm glad you guys are all on here. Definitely we're going to get some good deck builders out there throwing their stuff out there to the community so we can all take a look at it and make better decks. So now that we have the deck list down, let's go ahead and get started. Hopefully we'll find a player who's going to join the match and I don't get kicked out again. So everybody's having a great Friday night, going on into Saturday morning at this point, I suppose. Man, this is taking forever. I'd like to think it's because we got a lot of people online playing. Alright, there we go. Random name. Hello! I know you off the forums. Very nice, buddy. So let's take a look at what we have here. A whole lot of fat. I do not like that. Let's ship it back. And if I get a land, I'm good. If I don't, he's going to run me down. So let's keep this hand. And he's going first. Fantastic. A Lumbering Falls. Well, I know where this first Acid Moss is going. And we have another land, so we are good to go. Well, we should be. He might have counter spells, in which case it's going to be pretty painful. What are you going to do? There's Jace! That's kind of a bad thing to say, but I don't really know. I don't think he's as bad as he is in Standard, where you can have 4 of them, and B, there's just all these great spells that you can incur with him. But it still can be pretty bad if there's a lot of spells in there. So he seems to think he has a lot of land. Ooh, hello. He's playing at least 3 colors. He might actually be playing a 5-color deck. That would be entertaining, wouldn't it? So let's, we're going to hide off the white for right now. We'll do a couple forest here. We're going to pass the turn. I think getting rid of blue source is the right call. Gotta be honest, I'll let him flip. It's not a huge crisis to me. Ooh, a Woodland Wanderer. That's a bad thing to have. I'll get this out of the table for me. Gotta be honest with you, I can take a hit or 2 from him, so it's not a big deal. Definitely want to screw his mana up real quick. You can flip him. It's not a big deal to me. Not currently. flip him. That's good. Let's see what we got here. Interesting. The right move here is to not worry about the 6th life I'm going to lose next turn, and go ahead and get rid of the black and green. Oh, what's he going to get? That is the question. Let's see. That actually determines what I'm going to do here. I got another black, so the black-green is not going to be the right call, I don't think. So let's go ahead and Acid Moss the white, I think. No? Let's get rid of the blue. Maybe a mistake. Get another Count the Vista. Play another land. Next turn I will wipe the board with Planner Outburst and swing with a 4/4 into his Jace to knock him down to probably a 3. Not that he can use Jace. Jace is -3, so. Turn, we're going to drop a Devastator out, or maybe the Hydra, depends on what I draw. If I draw another land, the Hydra is definitely the man. If not, you know, we'll make this work one way or another. So at this point, he's going to make that a 2/4. So I can actually just basically trade points with him right down. He has nothing to get back from the graveyard. I'm assuming he's running Angelic Edicts. Nope, but he's going to make me get rid of my land. That's unfortunate. That is quite alright. Ooh, hello. Choices, choices. Drop it from beyond out. May or may not have been the right call there, but I'm going to go with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 mana. I'll have 9 next turn. So if I draw a land, I'm in good shape to get Ulamog. If I get Ulamog, then it's all over the grind. More than likely. Still has no sorcerers in there. Now, I'd be willing to bet he's running Brilliant Spectrum, which would be fantastic for him right now. Let him draw his way out of this situation he's in. It'd be nice if he got rid of his green mana. That would allow me to get rid of the from beyond without him sacking it. Coastal Discovery. Not what I would have picked, but got him 2 cards further down. And he did tap out, so can't edict that off and not have to worry about him getting a free Eldrazi. So let's see what I draw here. That'll determine a lot of what I do right now. Okay. Okay, leaves me enough to sack that if I need to. That now becomes a 6/6. And I've got 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. So just depending on what he does will determine what I do next turn. You can always flash back the Coastal Discovery at this point. And even make it a land. What does that come out to? 3? That's a 4/4. That's pretty good. Alright, let's see what this guy's gonna do. Come on, Random, what you doing, buddy? Alright, I now have a 4/6. He has enough to cast his own Ulamog if he happens to have it, which wouldn't be the end of the world, but it would kind of suck. Go get Ulamog. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. May I have another? We'll get rid of his white. And we'll get rid of... That won't do any good. He'll sack it. We can get rid of Jace. I really don't know if that's doing him a whole lot of good, so let's see if we can't get rid of some of this colored mana, maybe? Yeah, I think that's our best bet. So we got blue-green. Let's get rid of the blue. Blue-black might have been a better choice there, but he's still got plenty, either way you look at it. I'm going to swing across with him. Kind of a tense game. I know this deck can do some crazy things if you let it. Leaving Jace up might have been a mistake because he can get back the Discovery, but I'm going to go with it. I don't think it's the end of the world. We'll find out here in a few seconds. He is down to 3 different colors of mana. I have kept him off of white, it looks like, pretty well. Got rid of that silly man land. So what's he doing? It looks like he's going to pump. Okay. Or, excuse me. Makes this guy a little weaker. Let's see. He's going to go get Eldrazi, most likely. Or, Ulamog. Hello, Ulamog. So there's not much I can do about that. So maybe slow him down. He's got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. Or 10 mana next turn. So what we're gonna do as much damage as I can right now. Just make his life pretty miserable. You're going to tap Ulamog. That's not very nice at all. I'm going to do as much damage as possible. In order for him to cast, he can't block with anything else. No, except for maybe the 3/3 there. So Ulamog will probably get rid of those two, which is a smart play. Hello, Ulamog. Yep. Now he doesn't have much of a board left, and he'll probably swing for 3. I surely would. This guy can't target him, so he's got to do something else. Doesn't really matter. Ulamog's going to bite the dust here. Now if he swings with this guy, I'm in good shape. No, it's worth a shot. Not certain what he's doing. Still isn't a decided game yet, 'cause I'm at 7. If he has a couple of Fleshbag Marauders, a bad thing for me. It really depends on what he has coming up here. So he's gonna draw, and he's oh, he might actually win it right here. If he has the mana for it, and that costs 6. He has the mana, so it looks like I just lost the game. Unless he messed up. Nope. Alright, that was a good game. Alright, random name. Fantastic, buddy. That was down to the wire. So let's go on, we'll go do a second game here. And you notice I had a problem there. I stopped drawing mana. That would have been a much closer game had I just drawn a couple more mana, but can't win them all. Let's move on to game number 2. And for those of you who would like to see the deck list, I'll make sure to post on NGA. I've put a link at the bottom, just underneath the video when I'm done with this series of games. Hopefully you guys have been able to get some good matches in, and actually had some fun with the set. No real life syndrome getting to you. But we didn't get, we got it Thursday, so you guys haven't had it very long. Man, this is taking forever. What's going on? Oh, that's not looking good for us. Alright, joining session, loading, and here we go. Ah, one of my favorite pictures. So, maybe black-green. So, a Golgari deck, maybe? Let's see what we come up here. I'm super high. Alright. Very good, sir. Let us see, what do we have here? We've got 3 mana, got an Acid Moss to help ramp and slow him down with. Drop a 5th turn Hydra if I'm very lucky. Alright, we can work this. May or may not have been a mistake, so we'll go ahead. Ooh, hello. That is not good. Red deck wins, it's looking like. And with him going first, red deck win has a much higher win percentage when they go first. They pretty much suck otherwise, at least in my experience. But most of my losses red deck win happens when they go first, and this is going to go downhill quickly. Probably shouldn't have kept his hand in hindsight, but what are you gonna do? It's a game. So this is going to be painful. Plains. Best case scenario is 5th turn. I'm still alive and can drop a Tragic Arrogance, or just wipe the board entirely. That I actually need to find that, and that's not looking too great at the moment. But I've got the land for it. I'm trying to thin it out as best I can. It's definitely not looking good for the home team. I'm looking at 8 damage on the board, 5. Nope. Yeah, this game's over. Let's just move on to game 3. Let's see what we come up with now. So that was red deck wins. I said there's a lot of them up here. Alrighty. This would be fantastic if I had green mana. Gotta ship it back though. Alright, so this will work. Have that green mana I need. Blue-red, huh? I haven't seen too many Is It Thopter decks since the expansion drop. I really haven't seen any good ones since the expansion drop. I don't know what happened, but the power level doesn't seem to drop to me. Definitely not super good anymore. But I guess they could get the drop on some people. So I've got my little 0-1 here, 0-3 here. So hopefully I'll be gaining some good life off of that. Telling time. And he's doing it on his turn. That's interesting. I would have waited to the end of mine. But, you know what it is. It is what it is. Alright, so I get the Acid Moss him a little bit. Not a bad thing. I definitely need some more white mana coming up. Shouldn't be too difficult. With the Acid Moss, I'll get the Battle Land to help me out. Wow. I wonder if he's having mana issues. He's dug 6 cards further down. There you go, buddy. Maybe that's why he did it on his turn. In that particular case, I can understand it. Let's go ahead and ramp ourselves up a little bit and get some more land out the deck. So I took the dreaded 5 land from if I remember correctly. So that's kind of an iffy thing to take. Many times that is a mistake. Alright, there you go. I'll be taking 1 in the air. Fortunately, I'll be getting that back +1 next turn when I Acid Moss, and it's looking like I'm going to take out the Guild Cape. Yeah, problem with Acid Moss, you really make no friends with it. Not that I really consider that a problem. when you're playing online. So we get our battle lands, and I've already put most of my basic land out, at least non-white. So with any luck, the trend of no mana will continue. Oh, he's digging, man. He's got a lot of card draw in this deck. And what did he discard with it? Oh, he has an artifact. Never mind. Awesome. Wow. Play From Beyond. Now the question is, should I just go for Ulamog? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know what? I think I will go just for Ulamog. Let me thin out another white plains here. How much land I got left in the deck? 7 mana, looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 7. So I only have 6 land, minus the Grove and minus Canopy Vista. So I've got 10 mana and 44 cards. Doesn't sound right. Oh wait, I forgot the these 3, so that's 12. I've got 16 mana left, so that's 28 real cards. And it's a Tinkerer. And it's a Perilous Mirror. And nothing on the ground really bothers me. So those 2 are pretty worthless, unless he has some burn. And even then, he's going to have to waste it on it. So, the power of the Thopters right there. I'm at 23. Wow. That's just fun. Let's go ahead and gain 7 life and strip 3 more lands out. 1, 2, 3. Sunpetal Grove. I really, unless he counters everything I play from here on out, I really don't see how I can lose this game. Still gonna play this out to the best of my ability. Flame Shadow Conjuring. And when I get rid of your mountains, I'm not really gonna fear it too much, buddy. So take 3, and he puts me down to 31. Yeah, I think I can take that. I guess we'll take it like that. Since I want a token out, we will go get my big bad boy rock and roll Ulamog. And my opponent now says bad words. Alright. Play Ulamog, we will get rid of the 2 mountains. I am having some lag over here. Something fierce. There we go. Let's go ahead and another land out. There we go. And get forced. Absolutely no reason to attack. Not yet, anyway. Oh, hello. Well, that's unfortunate. Wow. Maybe I can draw something other than land. That would be fantastic. we're going to kill that thing. That is definitely the most dangerous of all. Block there, block here. And it looks like we're going to take 6. Alright, so. There we go. Now, knowing my luck, he's got another claustrophobia, which isn't a huge crisis if he does. Yet. So I'm still gaining life. He's only going to be able to hit me for 3 a turn for a while. So. And I have stripped the majority of land out of the deck now. We've got 2 more foundries. I've got 2 more wilds. One of each of the battle lands and the check land, and I think one of the lands, so we're down quite a bit. Now he's going to be able to come across with those guys. I didn't see that, but that's okay. That's 5, putting 1 back a turn, so I've got a couple turns for this if it gets bad. Fortunately, I have the Devastator. Bad news is that's 4 damage to the field on the other side. And he didn't hold, he didn't do nothing bad. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we're good there. So, let's go ahead and swing in. So we only get rid of the flyer. Get rid of that, so that's 6 damage. Alright, I guess I didn't even do the math. I'll whack them all. And then he's going to do the final 4 to kill it off. So he's still got 3 flyers. That's unfortunate, but not much I can do about it yet. Now in hindsight, I could have dropped Gideon and then played him out with his emblem, and he would have survived that, but it might actually be better to do it this way. Probably not. So we'll make a couple of dudes, so I at least have something on the field to swing with over time. Now keep him from attacking me. Oh, 4. Oh, there goes Jace. I didn't see that one coming. Or excuse me, Gideon. Let's go from that one. And the plight of the ramp deck, you don't draw nothing but land. I'm going to sandbag that for now. And there's absolutely no reason to attack. He's got that 1/3 over there to stall the board out. That's really not that big of a deal. It makes one really big creature, but they all do the same. It'll do the same. It'll just do 1 more damage this way than without him. So with any luck, draw a board sweeper. Should have said something earlier. All right, so we're gonna keep Ulamog, I think. So let's drop our land to draw to keep alive. So we'll go up to 22. I will let him keep that enchantment. So let's go ahead and drop this off. We're going to keep Ulamog. So he can keep that dude. He can keep that dude. He can keep... Or I will keep this guy. He can keep that guy. So unless he top decks another claustrophobia, that's a good thing for me. And that's it. Alright. So drawing most of the land in my deck did not help me in the slightest. I'll go ahead and whack that land because it's sheer entertainment value now. this guy playing? Flame Shadows, Whirler Rogue, so he didn't get that. That was lucky for me. Titan Strength. Artificer. Spy Network, that would have been bad. Yeah. So the life gain in that particular instance saved my bacon. This guy's a little too late, especially since he has no red mana. But yeah, hadn't been for the life gain, I definitely lost that with all the lands I drew. I mean, I'm what, 12, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's just ridiculous. But it's all good. Little Mog wins the day again. Thanks to some tragic arrogance. So occasionally this comes out to be a pretty good card. What else you got here? Let's go to Firecraft. Mongrel. Yeah, so it's just a synergistic Izzet deck. And now you can't draw and I win the game. Alright, thanks for coming in and taking a look at my Selesnya Eldrazi ramp deck. I'm not saying it's the best you can get out there. I'm sure there's better. But it's a fun little deck. It's one I started with when Battle for Zendikar came out, and it's done me pretty well. Not my favorite deck. My favorite's actually 5-color control and the rural ramp Eldrazi. They're just pretty nasty. So somebody had suggested I go through and show the mana and mana curve. So I'm running 8 white spells and 23 green, and we are running 3, 4, 7, 7, and 6 for the mana cost from 1 to 6 plus. So I mean, it is leaning towards the heavy side, and that's why I'm running 25 lands. Believe it or not, I don't flood out like that, but rarely. That was crazy. I mean, had it been a super aggressive deck like Game 2, that'd have been my bacon. But thanks for watching, and I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. I'll probably put something up on Sunday. So take care, and if you guys have any comments, please leave them below. Want me to play a certain deck? Comment on something, let me know. Alright, take care.